Hello, Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris MegaCorp in our brand new Roma Galactica II series. This is Alpha Centauri 2, soon to be our first colony called Colonia something or other. The colony ship is being constructed at the Sol shipyard. Again, civilian ships like colony ships, science ships, and construction ships are now constructed at shipyards the same way as everything else. There are no longer any planet-side ship projects that are launched. That kind of, at least with construction and science ships, it was different for a while, but that's being built at the Sol station. We are in the process of expanding into Alpha Centauri. Obviously, we have two very nice continental worlds, which we took a look at the end of the last episode. I'm going to go ahead and tell the RSS Macedonia here to build these two mining stations. And we're waiting for the RSS Parthia to be able to build in Lictobon once this science ship, the Gallus, is done exploring it. The original science ship is over here in Procyon, making sure that we have fully surveyed the surrounding system. So we're still very much exploring the early map, and we do have a bit of an issue with cultist marauders in the neighboring Sirius system. So as soon as we can, we're going to have to reinforce this fleet here, and it's going to take a while before we can build up our corvettes, unless, of course, we have some means to obtain more alloys sooner. Haha. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Let's go ahead and jump back in. We'll play it about speed 2 for a second, let things go along for a bit. One thing that I want to point out is that the previous jobs screen, or the previous overview that I gave of the job screen, was very high level. Hold on. A small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Lictobon 6A. It appears to be an ancient survey marker placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. Okay, so basically we're going to get more minerals once we have that system in our territory. Very nice. Or system in our territory and a mining station built there. So if you click on these individual job tabs, you can actually pull up more details on what the jobs are and kind of where they are coming from. So you can look at specific pops if you'd like, in the same way that you were able to in the old game. And you can also say which jobs you would like to prioritize being filled. So again, these strata separate population of different types, and notice that their clothing types are different based on the strata that they're in. Isn't that kind of cool? The workers have like a different uniform from the specialists and the administrators. Also, I'm noticing that the enforcers have kind of a different, have a police-like uniform there, and I like that. That's just, the funny thing is that's just another one of the Empire uniforms. That's just a different choice that happens to look a bit like a police uniform. So, hey, clever. But hey, that is how that works. So if you would like, for instance, researchers or metallurgists to go ahead and, be filled first, you can prioritize them, but the game handles all of it automatically. So, and some of these jobs, by the way, are capped based on the number of slots that are available, while others are not. So you'll have people generally move around between farming and mining jobs, and you can have as many farmers and miners as you have population on the planet, and worker class pops that are able to take those jobs. There's no hard cap. So it's a soft cap, if you will. Let's zoom back out. I know I said I was going to keep it on speed 2. I do this all the time in Stellaris, don't I? I say, I'm going to keep it on speed 2, and then I pause to talk about something. Intelligent life taunts with pointed absence, reads a popular Newsnet post on Earth. The people of the Roman Star Empire are apparently finding some humor in the fact that lower forms of alien life are now a matter of public record. See, this is why I pause, because I tried to unpause it while I was reading that just to prove my last point, and then this popped up. But potential equals from other stars continue to elude us. Science Officer Maio Lavinius' report on the traces found on Lictobon 6A seemingly only add an ironic twist to the situation. If you're just watching my Stellaris content for the first time, we're going to leave that be because it's hard. If you're just watching for the first time, I would like to point out that I do like to read a lot of the dialogues that pop up early on so that we can get a sense of the narrative of the campaign. I will do that less as the series goes on, but for now, I do like to, since we've just started and we're establishing kind of a story behind what's happening with this Roman Star Empire, I would like to read them. I think it makes it more fun for everyone, myself included. So we can reduce starbase influence cost right now, which is tempting, or we can increase pop growth speed. Let's go for that first. All right, so this science ship has finished surveying in Lictobon, which means we can go ahead and, oh no, we can't because we don't have the, yes, that's going to be challenging. We need more alloys. We could potentially do more alloy foundries once we reach pop 30. But it's going to be a while. So our new colony on Alpha Centauri is going to be the one that really gets us through, I think. So let's go ahead and survey this system out here, followed by that system, followed by that system. Just want to get a feel for what's going on in the outskirts. Well, not really the outskirts, and our neighboring territories, for God's sake. And then you are still building those. That's good.
Construction
It's good to see that
complete.
Procyon has some energy there. Hopefully they'll have more than just that. And our colony ship is officially on the way
Construction complete.
to Alpha Centauri. Great news. So let's go ahead and move you to Procyon.
Anomaly found.
Hey, a small rectangular object on the surface of this planet is deflecting all scanning beams like a mirror. Our senses are unable to determine its material composition. Find out what it is, please. I would like to know. We've got a couple of anomalies laying around. We'll get to them once our scientists have leveled up a little bit. Colony ship is arriving. Ah, there it is. Is it
Science
Q for following? Yes, it is. It's
reports
Q.
a new breakthrough.
Could remember the hotkey. And there it is. Oh, so we now have our monthly Unity bonus. Let's pause now for just a moment and take a look at our next research decision. Hyper entertainment forums, new building type. Naval capacity from soldier jobs, or hydroponics farms and hydroponics bay. I think I want to go for this. More food production sooner would be the implied benefit there. And we are about to colonize Alpha Centauri 2. If we don't keep getting interrupted by other things. So we have an alien mural on Procyon 5. I'm not going to read that because it's interrupting our colonization. Our colony ship has gently touched down at the mouth of a large river delta on one of the several continents that can be found on Colonia, Aurora. This temperate, forested region will serve as an ideal first landing site. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers. The first human city on an alien world. A great day for the Roman Star Empire. Very nice. So now we have Colonia Aurora. It's going to take a while to fully develop. It's going to take how long exactly? Be complete in, 4 years. It'll take a second to get that fully established. But in the meantime, we are working on some other things. We have lots of alloys now. So first things first, let's go ahead and reinforce our ships, because we need to get the Sirius system clear. And then before long, I should be able to... Okay, I need 50 more to build a starbase. Yeah, it's going to be mainly alloys that are a bit hard to come by until we have these colonies up and running. I will do my best to keep the game on pause.
Science division report success.
Part of it is caution on, just because we have a new patch. I do it when I make decisions and such, but then, like, if I want to think about something, or like if I'm trying to understand a new mechanic, I'll pause to think, and so it can be very stop and start if I don't check myself. So I'm just speaking to those of you who have commented in the past. I still hear you, and I do what I can. Right now it's paused because I got to think. Planet build speed plus 25%. This would make everything faster. Or we can go for afterburners or a better Corvette hull points. I don't know. Let's go for planet build speed. Let's see if we can get some good colonies up and running since we have these 2 planets here.
Construction complete.
A small celestial object with pronounced gaseous and particulate tails was recently observed in the Sol system. Its passing was uneventful. But we got some unity from it. Yay! Alright, so... let's see. You're already surveying out that direction, so why don't you survey out here? Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and use the survey button. And I want you to check out all that. And tell me what you find. I can clear some of these tile blockers for Earth, but I need more energy to do so. I can sell some minerals to get that energy, because we don't need all of those minerals at the moment. So, let's see. I think I'll just sell... By the way, notice that the market fee is 30%, so that makes it so you can't just, buy and sell something immediately for instant profits. You have to be cautious with it, but The same fee applies to everyone in the beginning of the game unless you, well, actually to literally everyone, and once you're on the galactic market, the only civs that can't participate in that, the only empires that can't participate are the murderous empires. They are the genocidal empires. Those are the ones that you won't be able to let into the galactic market. They won't be able to take advantage of it. But everyone else has the same privileges and is subject to the same fees. So someone asked me, like, how do you feel about the fees? And I'm, I'm kind of ambivalent about it. Let's see, do I want the Great Pacific Garbage Patch cleared so we have the algae tracks? Or do I want more generator districts sooner? Decisions. Let's clear the industrial wasteland first. How about that? That costs 300 energy if you didn't see that. All right, meanwhile, we will soon be able to build a new station. The question is, do we build it here or here? I think it might be better to build it in Lictabon first because the minerals are what we will use to convert to alloys. We once again have a new tradition. Starbase influence cost reduced by 10%? Yes, please. That's our only choice. Keep going. That the fact that we're getting tradition so quickly is part of the reason that I put the Autochton monument
complete.
where I did. Alright, so we've officially cleared that tile blocker already. Hey, good timing. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Earth. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. A commendable initiative. So, remind me. 8 habitable worlds we must survey, said Yoda. Alright, so are we ready? Yes, we are ready. So let's go ahead and build a starbase here. That'll also help our physics research a very little. Alright, now we still are not quite ready to take on these guys unless we were to build an additional couple of frigates. Like if we went up to, say, 8 frigates, as opposed to 5. Which I guess isn't the worst idea. Let's go ahead and queue that up. And then as soon as I can reinforce the fleet and build more, I'll do that. For now, we don't have the alloys to do it. Although I could obtain them by selling more minerals.
Complete.
Let's leave that anomaly be. Alright, good. Done. Let's get the mining station built and the research station built. Now we're using up some of those minerals. During its survey of Nemozi 3A, the RSS Gallus discovered several exotic gases previously unknown to us. These gases have a variety of different uses, particularly in the operation of advanced energy-based weaponry and force fields. So that's up here, neighboring the Sol system. Very good. Some of the gases can also be used as starship fuel or even as recreational drugs. While we do not yet possess the means to extract this resource, we should seriously consider establishing control over the system for future exploration. Yeah, we're going to establish control of that system, all right. Not only is it our neighboring system, but there are no other systems leading in from the outside, so it makes a lot of sense to control that for multiple reasons.
Completed.
Can we take Procyon yet? Yes, we can. Let's get that done. Meanwhile, those are still being built. So starting to build a little bit of momentum here. And I might even be able to go ahead and colonize here as well. No, I need 200 alloys for that. Gonna be a while. Thankfully, we're already almost halfway. This is the magic of Speed 3. Already almost halfway to the completion of Colonia Aurora's initial settlement. Alright, we're gonna get that energy station built in Procyon. Procyon doesn't have a whole lot going on.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
Of course, the alien mural. Tell you what, come back and do this right now. Too much was happening at once when that popped up, and I forgot I had more to do there. Physics research from researchers has just been boosted by 20%. Okay, so we can go for the fusion reactor in all of our ships. That would be good if we did run into any enemies early on. Or we can go for research complexes that would give us more research as soon as possible. Why don't we try for that? If we can get some research complexes up on even just one colony, that's more research for the rest of the game. Generally a good rule of thumb with things that will benefit you advancement-wise and will help accelerate the rate at which you climb.
Construction complete.
You know, obviously you want to get those things in as soon as possible. Things like weapons upgrades, those can help you, but they're not guaranteed to help you in the same way that a research boost is. Alright, so we are looking around out here.
Pass completed.
Repeated scans of Saozunos. Is that Saozunos? Let's say Saozunos. South Zone 3's surface give inconsistent sensor readings, almost as if the planet itself was in a constant state of upheaval. Leave be for now. Our scientists need to level up before we look at some of these anomalies. Okay, so let's go ahead and build one of our new frigates. We could also build a second class of frigate. I don't know why I said frigment, but we could build a second class of frigate if we wanted to, and maybe start setting up for point defense and such. But Science Officer Maio Lavinius has managed to partially translate the alien mural discovered on Procyon 5. The text contains a staggering amount of data, and the mural evidently serves as some sort of low-tech library. It describes in broad terms the collected technological knowledge of an alien civilization that dominated this region of the galaxy some 80 million years ago. A lot of it is already known to us, but the data does contain several promising leads for technologies we had yet to consider. There is enough data here to keep our scientists busy for decades, but we will need an orbital research facility to continue the translation efforts. Excellent. That's a nice little win there. So let's go ahead and build that orbital research station since we have so many extra minerals. And on that note, keep things moving, I will go ahead and sell...
Construction complete.
Say what, let's sell 500 there.
System reconnaissance completed.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and research this. An unknown phenomenon has been discovered near Camglaria. It is causing light to be frequently refracted and occasionally even entirely blocked out. Research, please. Let's go ahead and buy... One more. Okay. Now with that being done, I can go ahead and secure another frigate a little sooner, another corvette.
Construction complete.
We are nearing the end of our first tradition tree. Galactic ambition, so starbase upkeep would be reduced or administrative cap increased by 20. Our current administrative cap is at 50 and we're only at 22, but that's going to grow fairly rapidly. We'll have it soon enough. Let's do starbase upkeep reduction first. Again, that's going to help for the rest of the game, so the sooner the better. And I do want to go ahead and get some starbases built out here, but we need the alloys for them. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Eclinda 4. Our scientists think they have inhabited this region of stars, or they inhabited this region of stars roughly 6 million years ago based on the age of the artifacts. The aliens called themselves the Ute and appear to have been very large and flat arthropod analogs. I'm thinking, I can't remember what our precursor was in Roma Galactica 1. Does anyone remember? You can go back and look, but I'm sure before I get a chance to go back and look, someone else will take a look. But I can't recall at the moment. It might have been the Ute, might have been someone else. It seems a single individual could reach a length of nearly 100 meters as an adult, and it was apparently exceedingly rare for more than 2 or 3 Ute to travel aboard the same starship.
New sitrep.
There we go. So we have to discover 6 Ute artifacts. Now we are close to being able to expand more, but... Okay, scientist Maio Lavinius has the expertise, now has expertise in materials, which is kind of a big deal. Let's take a moment and look at this. All right, our current project is an industry project, but now that the materials expertise is in place, there is actually an advantage maybe to swapping these folks out, because engineering will get faster if we let her. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Now that I've already talked myself into it, and we will let that researcher take over on her science ship. So he's not quite as high level, so that's a little bit of a setback, but I think the net gain will be better for being able to research engineering stuff a little faster. Economy's in decent shape so far, knock on wood, and Colonia Aurora has almost been finished. The anomaly found close by Camglaria, however unlikely, appears to be some type of rift in space. It's possible the great mass of Camglaria somehow caused it, but its nature is beyond our understanding. The rift not only refracts and blocks light, but seems to actually draw it in and then push it out repeatedly, as if it were breathing photons. It is likely the immense gravitational pull of the rift has at some point inhaled in other things as well. Inhaled in other things. That in is not necessary. We should exercise caution. Keep a close watch until we know more. It can be studied from a safe distance. The RSS Theodorus is at risk. Leave now. So, special project, breathe in, breathe out.
New sitrep.
That sounds kind of cool and kind of new. So let's have a look at what we need to do. Oh, okay, so we can just research it from here. Yeah, let's research then. Now, does that take up... Doesn't take up any of my research spots either. That's fantastic. Great news. Okay, and I think we are ready to build our final... Hey, what have we here? A tundra world. Not bad. If we can get out there, that's another world that could potentially be in our core sector.
Construction
Very nice.
complete.
So as you can see, we're in the Earth sector. Sectors are now automatically generated based on the region of space. And there it is. Colonia Aurora is now in existence. Let's keep things paused for a moment. Also, quick tangent. Can we just take a moment to appreciate Medius Caecina, the governor of the core sector? I mean, I meant to pull up a larger picture of him. I don't think there's a way to really do that anymore unless I go to leaders. Yeah, there's not really a way to do it. But yeah, just look at the hairdo. Look at the mustache. Medius Caecina is our governor. And he actually does make buildings cheaper, districts cheaper. He's a great governor to have initially. We kind of lucked out with him in terms of that trait. But now that Colonia Aurora is in place, we get a chance to see what a brand new colony looks like. We have 2 pops because, of course, we have the bonus from our tradition, which gives us the additional starting pop. And then how long is it going to take? Yeah, it's going to take a good while to grow a 3rd pop. So we also have some tile blockers, which, of course, we haven't researched those techs yet, but we'll be able to clear those. And we already have slots for some districts. Notice the huge number compared to Earth of city districts that can be built. Again, that is a balance between how many of these districts you build and how many city districts you build. So again, you have to always, with every single world in Stellaris, and it's kind of customized based on the number of district slots on the world and also the kinds of things, the kinds of features that exist on the planet. You have to think in terms of how urban of a planet do I want this to be, how much of a cosmopolitan world do I want this to be, and how much of a production world do I want this to be? And what kind of production? Do I want this to be a farming world? Do I want it to be a mining world? Do I want it to be both? Does it have the potential to be both, or is it better to be just one? It's so much more nuanced than it was before. And I heard ASPEC actually refer to this as a 2-stage economy. And I don't know if that's a formal economic term or not, but I thoroughly agree with, the utility of that distinction, because this is a 2-stage economy now. You have to use certain minerals to transmute or to obtain higher level resources. You have to use certain resources to get other resources, which you then need for your goals. And it used to be more of just you need this type of resource and that's all you need. Now it's kind of there are 2 links in the chain instead of 1. And I really love calling it a 2-stage economy in that sense. Many months have passed since the discovery of the rift near Camglaria without anything out of the ordinary happening. But now we have received reports of a large gathering of mineral-laden rocks pouring out of it. They are ours for the taking. Observation of the rift will continue. Excellent. Collect them swiftly. So we can do something interesting with that now that we weren't able to do in the past. We just got that huge boost, right? And there are a number of events in Stellaris that allow you to collect large amounts of a certain resource at any given time. And a lot of times you might have said that, I'm not really interested in that right now. That's not the most attractive option for me. But now it's different, isn't it? Now we actually have the option of saying, no, I can take that resource, even though I don't need how much of that resource or that particular resource at all that you're offering me, and I can sell it for something else. So it really changes the approach to the game, for sure. Let's go ahead and send Classis 1 in to deal with the cultist marauders in Sirius. And then we'll probably stop this episode fairly soon. Let's see. Leave B for now. Yep, lots of hard anomalies. Hard-ish. Oh, that's right. There's a Tundra World in Sirius as well. I totally forgot about that. Let's go down to speed 1 and let's watch, shall we? There are the pirates over there.
Fleet
or rather, the
action
cultists.
underway.
Hey guys, how's it going? Rome is here to wreck your day. Alright, so the combat is going a lot better this time. Obviously, we haven't lost a single ship, and they're down to their last destroyer. The cultist fleet operating in the Sirius system has been destroyed in battle. Good. Let's go ahead and have these guys go home for repairs, and with that being done, guess what we can do? We can bring this science ship back to Sirius. I'm going to control-click so that they jump back, get that done, and then jump back to what they're doing. But with that being done, we can also expand in some other areas soon. Let's see. Why don't we have you go to Nemosi? We'll go back up to speed 3 for another second or two here. The latest data report from the Rift's observation probe tells us that the Rift has vanished. After drawing its last breath Freudian slip, the Rift closed and left behind not even a trace of its energies. I'm just going to leave that in. I'm just going to let that sit and let you guys tear me apart in the comments. Why not? Why not have fun with it? Unfortunate. In more ways than one. Some meta commentary on my commentary coming from the game. So, let's see.
Recon pass completed.
Okay. Oh, nice. All right, so we are able to get Aklinda into our territory as well. I would like that. Also, notice that the Aklinda system has a little bit of trade value. That's a new icon you have to pay attention to, and you have to think in terms of maybe putting starbases there so that that can be collected by the starbase. Otherwise, you can't do much. A new faction, hey, has recently been gaining traction in the internal political landscape of the Roman Star Empire led by Emperor Gaius Hadrianus. Oh, cool, the Emperor's leading this. This is the Committee of Technological Progress, and we're getting a good amount of influence from them already. Their members have been pushing hard for the advancement of the sciences. So right now, they don't really have big expectations of me. But we are off to a damn good start here. Let's see how close we are to growing our second pop on. And of course, until we have 5 pop, we won't have another building slot. So we can start building districts on this particular world. We have specialist pops at the moment, but that's it. They're colonists. So let's see. They're currently producing food, and they're working in... Hang on, I want to take a look at this. Yeah, see, it's workers that would be working farm districts. So part of me just kind of wants to build like a city district. Let's get that started on Colonia, Aurora. And with that being done, hey, Governor Metis Caesina has become more experienced. Aw, damn it. But with this experience has come increasing stubbornness. Well, I spoke too soon. I shouldn't have talked about how awesome his mustache was. He got cocky, and now he's stubborn and full of himself, and doesn't want to advance as quickly. We'll stop this episode here. I'm going to compose myself so that I don't have any more Freudian slips. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every other day at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.